Hi guys, we're back again on the couch with Sandeep and Naveen. So it's been quite a big discussion around the whole topic of carers. Should it be professional care for those that are ill? Should it be the family looking after it? And I think this is a topic that we can definitely go on and on for a number of hours. So Naveen, Sandeep, which you guys can scissors, paper, rocket as to who wants to talk first now. Sandeep,
I'll
tell
go
us,
first.
give us your view on what you think it should be as well, like in as a level of care from which end.
When to be honest, for me, artists, there has to be a difference between what is a family care versus a professional care. Family care, okay, fine. You can encourage people, you can look after them, you can take care of them, you can do the right things, you can be practical hat on. Right? What steps? So if your focus is to make someone walk, your focus is to make someone walk. Right? You encourage that person, make sure you're telling that person, hey, you have to do it. You don't give up. Keep doing it. In the meantime, you need to put a practical hat on to make sure you got the right people in place, like, getting people to cook for you, getting people, a physiotherapist coming to your house, right? Making sure, that person, like your house is getting cleaned, it had the right environment, because the ambience makes a massive difference to make people happy, because that's your me place, right? If you feel happy around you, you feel good, you give that positive vibes to people, right? So family be there to support, to help, encourage, where professional care is there to make person that practical actions to be taken, to make them walk, to make them nutritious food, to make sure their blood pressure get checked, sugar level get checked at home, right? So, and then making them 2 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps. Like it's the same time when a child is born, we give them a little bit 10 drops of milk, 20 drops, 30, we build up that, right? It's the same thing is at different life cycle. That's started. And this is towards a different lifetime someone get ill. So for me, there's a massive difference to it, which there's nothing there at this point of time. Listen, what people are doing back home in India, they're trying to save the cost, right? They're trying to save the money, right? Oh, I can do it. But they're emotionally saying it, I can do it. But actually, they are more damaging to that person who is actually ill at this moment of time. Because that person doesn't have much say in it, family member decides it, and but actually your damage has already been caused by the time it's done. And then, oh, I wish, no, you can't become a doctor overnight. That's it. You can't become a physiotherapist, you can't become a nutritionist, you can't become a dietitian. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
By saying it, I replace a job, it's the wrong thing. That's my view on it. You guys agree or not? I think so. There's no balance right now between a family care and a professional care. There has to be right balance. You can't replace that professional care. You can't do CPR. If something goes wrong, anything
Well,
happens in those situations.
I think so. There's a lot of things that I would definitely agree with Sandeep. Like most of the things what he said is basically perfectly spot on. The balance has to be created by the person. And I think so. I find it really disgusting what I have noticed in my personal experience that you're trying to give a personal care to the person because you have decided it that I want to be a carer. But you've not asked the person that, have you, it's a matter of dignity, the personal care. Maybe that person is not comfortable. Give them a choice.
Yeah.
If you can afford it. And there are a lot of places. Yes, professional care, family care can be actually, without family care, nothing will exist. It is a very important aspect of it. Family has to get involved. Family support has to be there. But if you definitely want to be a carer, there are a lot of avenues available. You can do short courses available through government. So, okay, as Sandeep mentioned about CPR, pretty easy to do, not really very difficult.
Course, yeah.
Yeah, first aid course. Okay, like I basically, but I find most of the times we end up doing more damage and by thinking that what we are doing is for that person or making a decision for that person, but ultimately making the wrong decision and there's no comeback from it. And in my personal experience, wish I could go back in time and make those decisions back on again. And my mother wouldn't have been in this particular state. She was fit, healthy, fine when I left her. And I've had 3 episodes, and I know why they happen, but it's really heart touching for me to say, like, I can blame people. I can blame the person who, I can blame anybody. But I think so the biggest person I can say, I don't blame people, I can only blame myself. So yes, it's touching, but the damage is done. And I think so I can try and see. I don't want other people to go through this.
And I think
My
that's
mom is
what
in
really
that situation.
yeah. And I think that's what it really comes down to, that what we're discussing and sharing here today is basically just the fact that we don't want other families to go through this. A lot of us have got our own experience. I can't do this. So as we were just saying, it is very much a thing of, yes, people, it's like acting in love, but acting in love selfishly. When are you really doing something good for somebody by being that person there, being a family member, supporting, but at the end of the day, it's causing more damage. And I think the message that we're really trying to get out there to people, guys, yes, if there's an ill member in your family, look after them, support them, encourage them, motivate them, try and keep their spirits up, because that is what's important. But at the end of the day, you still need that professional care, that professional support, being the physiotherapist, being a speech therapist if they've got speech issues, being a cook, someone to cook the meals for them, just so that they could keep that strength up. Because as you get sicker and it gets worse, the body takes the biggest toll, and then it gets to a point where there's no going back, and that is more detrimental, because no one wants to lose a loved one. So guys, we will leave it at that for the moment. Thanks for joining, Naveen Bhai. Thanks for joining, Sandeep, and thanks for sharing your experiences. This is On the Couch with Arti and Sandeep, and as I said, we've got Naveen here with us today. So thanks, guys. Till next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.